Have you ever stopped to think about why some people seem to attract prosperity so easily while others struggle so much to achieve financial stability? What if I told you that those born under the sign of Libra carry specific cosmic marks that destines them for a life of material abundance and wealth? I'm not talking about ordinary luck. I'm revealing profound signs written in the stars from the moment of your birth, truths that you may never have consciously perceived, but that are operating in your life at this very moment. Libra, ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, pleasure, and prosperity, carries a unique energetic signature in the zodiac. While other signs must battle against their own natures to achieve financial success, you were born with natural tools that make wealth not just a possibility, but a virtually inevitable destiny. Today, I will show you 9 concrete proofs, 9 irrefutable cosmic evidences that you were literally chosen by the universe to live in prosperity. But here's what many Librans don't understand. These signs need to be consciously recognized and activated. It's like having a safe full of gold, but never having discovered where the key is. In this video, you will discover not only what these signs of your destiny to wealth are, but also how to unlock each one to manifest the abundance that is already yours by cosmic right. If you ignore this information, you may continue living below your true financial potential, never understanding why prosperity seems to slip through your fingers when it should be flowing naturally into your hands. Get ready, because what you're about to discover will completely change how you view your relationship with money, success, and material abundance. Each piece of evidence I'm going to reveal is a piece of the puzzle to your prosperity, and when you finish this video, you'll finally have the complete map to the wealth that's always been waiting for you. First test: the natural gift for creating valuable connections. The first irrefutable proof that you were chosen for wealth lies in your innate ability to build genuine and valuable relationships. You see, in today's world, it's not just what you know that determines your financial success, but primarily who you know and how you relate to those people. And in this, Libra is absolutely unbeatable. Your diplomatic nature, your ability to see all sides of a situation, your capacity to make people feel heard and valued. All of this is not a coincidence. It's cosmic programming for prosperity. Think about it for a moment. How many doors open simply because someone likes you, trusts you, feels good in your presence? How many business opportunities arise from casual conversations where you've shown genuine interest in someone else's life? Librans have this special magic of turning acquaintances into friends, and friends into successful partners. You don't need to force it, you don't need to manipulate it. You're simply naturally magnetic to people who can elevate your financial life. Look at your own history. How many of your best opportunities came through referrals, from people who thought of you when something good came up? That's not luck. It's your Venusian energy in action, creating an invisible network of support and opportunities. While other signs need to learn networking techniques, take interpersonal relationship courses, you were born with this software installed. Your natural courtesy, your elegant manner, your ability to make people feel special. All of this builds golden bridges to prosperity. But here's the secret that many Librans don't realize. You need to consciously value these connections. Don't let your tendency toward indecision or your fear of upsetting people prevent you from actively cultivating these relationships. Every person in your life is a potential gateway to new forms of abundance. When you recognize that your social skills are tools for prosperity, when you understand that your natural charm is a financial asset, you begin to use these qualities more strategically. Think about the world's richest people. Most of them didn't get there alone. They built teams, formed partnerships, and created networks of collaborators and supporters. And to do this sustainably and lastingly, they needed the same skills you already possess naturally. The difference is that you don't even need to develop these abilities. You were born with them fully formed. Your task now is to recognize this gift for what it truly is, a tool for manifesting wealth, and to consciously begin using it for that purpose. Venus, your ruling planet, governs not only beauty and love, but also material resources and sensory pleasure. This means you have a special connection to everything that brings comfort, luxury, and quality of life. Your social connections naturally direct you to environments and circles where prosperity flows more freely. It's as if you have an internal radar that guides you to the right people and situations at the right time. Trust this radar, refine it, and watch as the doors to wealth begin to open much more frequently. Second test: the aesthetic sense that turns into gold. The second proof of your destiny for wealth lies literally in the way you see the world. Librans possess a refined aesthetic sense that goes far beyond simply liking beautiful things. You have a natural ability to identify quality, harmony, beauty, and balance, and in the business world, this capacity is literally worth its weight in gold. While others stumble trying to understand what makes something desirable or valuable, you simply know instinctively and profoundly. Look around you and notice how the world values aesthetics. More beautiful products sell for more. Well-decorated spaces attract more customers. Brands with strong visual identities dominate markets. Elegant presentations win over investors. And in all these scenarios, the Libra perspective is a powerful competitive advantage. You don't need to hire style consultants. You don't need to spend fortunes on designers. You already carry this wisdom within you. Every time you arrange a space, choose a color, suggest a visual change, you are applying knowledge that others pay dearly to acquire. But the magic goes even deeper. Your aesthetic sense isn't just for creating beautiful things. It's for identifying opportunities before others see them. You can look at something common, simple, neglected, and see the potential for transformation. You see an abandoned space and imagine an enchanting place. You pick up a plain object and visualize how special it could be. This ability to see value where others see waste is a form of modern alchemy, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, the cheap into the expensive, the ignored into the desired. Think about how many fortunes have been built simply because someone knew how to present something in a more beautiful, harmonious, and attractive way. Think about how famous brands charge exorbitant prices not because their products are technically superior, but because they are aesthetically irresistible. You have that same ability to create desire through beauty, to add value through harmony, to transform the simple into the sophisticated. And that, my dear Libra, is a gold mine waiting to be explored. What you need to understand is that this gift isn't just for your personal pleasure. Yes, it's wonderful to live in beautiful environments, to surround yourself with harmonious objects, to appreciate the aesthetics of life. But when you begin to see your aesthetic sense as a tool for prosperity, when you understand that this refined eye can generate income, create opportunities, open doors, then you are consciously activating the second proof of your destiny for wealth. No matter what your field of work is, your aesthetic eye can be applied and monetized. Even in fields seemingly far removed from art or design, aesthetics matter. A well-formatted report impresses more than a confusing one, even with the same content. A visually pleasing presentation is more convincing than a cluttered one, even when defending the same ideas. A harmonious work environment increases productivity and attracts better professionals. See how your gift applies in virtually any context. It's universal, versatile, always valuable, and you carry it as part of your nature effortlessly without the need for artificial development. Venus has blessed you with eyes that see beauty where others see only surface, with hands that create harmony where others generate chaos, with a sensitivity that transforms environments and objects into memorable experiences. This is pure power, creative power, power that generates abundance. When you recognize, honor, and consciously apply this gift, when you stop treating it as a mere hobby or personal preference, and begin to see it as the wealth manifestation tool that it truly is, your financial life changes dramatically. Third test, the ability to mediate and negotiate masterfully. The third piece of evidence demonstrating your cosmic choice for prosperity lies in your natural ability to mediate conflicts and negotiate agreements that benefit all parties involved. In a world where so many opportunities are lost due to inflated egos, poor communication, and an inability to reach consensus, you possess the rare ability to be the bridge that connects seemingly opposing interests. And this ability, believe me, is extremely lucrative. Think about how many negotiations fail every day. How many promising partnerships crumble because no one can compromise? How many business opportunities are lost because the people involved can't find a middle ground? How many companies leave money on the table simply because there's no one with the wisdom and patience to facilitate a fair deal? Now, imagine that you are naturally gifted with precisely this ability that is lacking in most situations. Doesn't that put you in an absurdly advantageous position? Libra sees all sides of an issue, not out of weakness or indecisiveness as some might think, but due to a superior cognitive ability to process multiple perspectives simultaneously. You can put yourself in the shoes of each person involved in a negotiation, understand their real motivations, their hidden fears, their true needs beyond what is being said verbally. With this complete map of the situation, you can propose creative solutions that no one else was seeing, agreements where everyone wins, paths forward where before there was only deadlock. In the business world, this skill is literally worth its weight in gold. Companies pay fortunes to professional mediators, negotiation consultants, and agreement facilitators. Lawyers specializing in conciliation charge exorbitant fees. Executives with a reputation for being good negotiators receive much higher salaries. And you possess this skill as an integral part of your personality, as natural as breathing. You don't need to take expensive courses, read dozens of books on negotiation techniques, or hire specialized coaches. You were born knowing how to do this intuitively and elegantly. But here's the crucial point that separates prosperous Librans from those who still struggle financially. You need to stop using this skill only to solve other people's problems without receiving anything in return. How many times have you mediated conflicts at work, facilitated agreements between friends, helped resolve complicated situations in the family, and all you received was a thank you? There's nothing wrong with helping, of course, but when you possess such a valuable skill, you also need to learn how to monetize it, how to transform it into a source of prosperity. Imagine if you consciously began to position yourself as someone who resolves impasses, as someone who facilitates difficult agreements, as someone who can bring people with opposing views to a productive consensus. How many doors would open? How many opportunities would arise? People and companies would pay very well for someone with this ability, especially someone who does it with the grace and natural diplomacy of Libra. You don't need to be rude or aggressive to be a successful negotiator. You can do it while maintaining your characteristic elegance. Your ability to see balance in every situation, to always seek justice and harmony, to create solutions where everyone feels respected and valued. These are not weaknesses, as some might suggest. They are superpowers in the modern business world, where collaboration is worth more than predatory competition, where sustainable partnerships generate more wealth than short-term victories at the expense of others. You are programmed for the prosperity model of the future, where win-win is not just nice to say, but the smartest and most profitable strategy. Venus taught you that beauty lies in balance, that harmony generates more than conflict, that diplomacy opens doors that force never could. These cosmic lessons, when applied to the material and financial world, transform you into a machine for creating opportunities and manifesting abundance. Each successful negotiation, each resolved conflict, each facilitated agreement is further proof that you were indeed chosen for a life of wealth. If you're enjoying these revelations about how Libra was cosmically chosen for prosperity, do yourself a favor now. Subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any content that can transform your relationship with abundance. Comment below where you're watching from. I want to know where the prosperous Librans of this world are. And if these messages are touching your heart, consider becoming a supporter of the channel. Your contribution helps keep this work alive and bring transformative knowledge to more people. Let's continue because we still have many powerful proofs to reveal. Fourth test: the balance between giving and receiving. The fourth proof of your destiny for wealth manifests itself in your innate understanding of the universal principle of fair exchange. While many people live in extremes, either compulsively giving without ever receiving, or selfishly taking without ever giving, you possess an inner compass that naturally seeks a healthy balance between giving and receiving. And this balance, my dear Libra, is the very essence of the flow of prosperity in the universe. Understand something fundamental about how wealth works energetically. Money and abundance are energy in motion, a constant flow. When this flow is blocked in any direction, whether by an inability to receive or a refusal to give, prosperity stagnates. People who only give end up in financial difficulties because they never allow the energy to return to them. People who only receive or take eventually isolate themselves from opportunities because nobody wants to do business with someone who doesn't reciprocate. The point of power lies in balance, and Libra was born understanding this. Observe your own life. You probably feel a natural discomfort both when you owe something to someone and when someone owes you something. This discomfort is not weakness. It is your cosmic nature asking for balance. It is your internal energy navigation system showing that something is out of balance. When you learn to listen to these signals and act accordingly, adjusting the flow of giving and receiving in all your transactions, you align yourself perfectly with the universal laws of prosperity. In the practical world of business, this translates into healthier and more lasting business relationships. You're not the customer who always wants exorbitant discounts, nor the supplier who tries to take advantage. You naturally seek that point where both parties feel the agreement is fair and beneficial. And you know what happens when you operate this way? People want to continue doing business with you. They trust you. They recommend you to others. You build a reputation for integrity and fairness that, over time, transforms into credibility, and credibility is the currency in the world of prosperity. But there's an even deeper aspect to this test. Your sense of balance protects you against one of the biggest traps that prevent prosperity: guilt about money. Many people sabotage their own abundance because deep down they feel they don't deserve it, that it's wrong to have when others don't, that wealth would make them bad people. You, with your balanced nature, understand that you can be prosperous and generous at the same time, that your wealth doesn't have to mean the poverty of others, that it's possible to prosper ethically and justly. This understanding frees you from unconscious self-sabotage. You can seek and accept abundance without carrying the weight of guilt that paralyzes so many good and talented people. You understand that when you prosper in a balanced way, you actually expand your capacity to contribute, to help, to make a difference in the world. A person in financial difficulty is less able to help others than a prosperous person who operates with a sense of justice and balance. Libra understands this cosmic mathematics instinctively. Now, where many Librans stumble is when this sense of balance transforms into paralyzing indecision, or a pursuit of perfect justice that doesn't exist in the real world. You need to understand that balance doesn't mean everything will always be absolutely equal and fair in every individual transaction. Sometimes you'll give more, sometimes you'll receive more, and that's okay. What matters is the overall flow, the balance over time, the intention to operate fairly even when circumstances don't allow for a perfectly symmetrical exchange at the moment. When you relax your pursuit of perfect balance and begin to trust the natural flow of giving and receiving, when you allow things to sometimes be a little unbalanced temporarily knowing that they will eventually adjust, you clear the path for prosperity to flow much more freely into your life. Rigidity blocks flow. Flexibility within sound principles allows abundance to circulate freely. Venus taught you that beauty lies in balance, that harmony comes from the right measure, that sustainable pleasure arises when no one is being exploited or neglected. Apply this wisdom to all your financial transactions, all your business agreements, all your exchanges of energy and value. When you do this consciously, you activate this fourth proof that you were chosen for prosperity, and the universe conspires to bring increasing abundance into your life in ways that will surprise you. Fifth test: the personal magnetism that attracts opportunities. The fifth proof of your cosmic destiny for wealth lies in the magnetic quality of your presence. Librans possess a special charisma, an energy that makes people feel good around them, creating an atmosphere of elegance and sophistication wherever you are. This is not vanity or superficiality. It is a real force that operates in the material world, opening doors, creating opportunities, and attracting people and situations aligned with prosperity. Let's talk about a truth that many prefer to ignore, but that you need to understand. Presentation matters tremendously in the world of business and prosperity. I'm not talking about being fake or creating an artificial persona. I'm talking about how the energy you project directly influences how people respond to you, what opportunities they think of offering, what doors they consider opening. And in this, Libra has an impressive natural advantage. Your ruling planet Venus has blessed you with a natural inclination to care for your appearance, to choose clothes that convey balance and good taste, to move with characteristic grace, and to speak in a pleasant and balanced way. Even when you are not consciously trying, there is a quality in your presence that people find attractive, trustworthy, and professional. This opens doors that would remain closed to others, creates favorable first impressions that facilitate future negotiations, and generates a willingness in people to want to work with you. Think about how many important decisions are made based on impressions and feelings rather than cold, hard analysis of the facts. An investor chooses which project to invest in not only based on the numbers, but also on how they feel about the entrepreneur. A client decides to close a deal not only based on price or product, but on the trust they feel in the person or company. An employer hires not only for technical qualifications, but for the impression the candidate gives off. In all these scenarios, your natural Libra magnetism gives you a competitive advantage. But here's what you need to understand to fully activate this proof of your destiny for prosperity. This magnetism doesn't work if you try to be someone you're not. The power lies precisely in the authenticity of your Libra nature. When you try to imitate aggressive negotiation styles because you think you need to be tough to succeed, you shut down your natural magnetism. When you abandon your characteristic elegance thinking you need to be more casual or sloppy to fit in, you waste your cosmic advantage. Your task is to refine and enhance your authentic nature, not replace it with something that isn't you. Invest in presenting yourself well, not as a mask, but as a true expression of your appreciation for beauty and harmony. Cultivate your natural elegance not out of vanity, but as a tool for manifesting prosperity. Develop your charisma not by manipulating people, but by being genuinely interested in them, which you already do naturally when you are aligned with your essence. Observe successful people in any field. You'll notice that many of them take special care in how they present themselves to the world. It's not superficiality. It's an understanding that we live in a reality where the energy we project attracts or repels opportunities. And you, as a Libra native, have a natural ease in creating this magnetic presentation without forcing it, without pretending, simply by being the best version of yourself. There's a powerful additional component to this Libra magnetism: its ability to make people feel seen, valued, important. When someone talks to you and feels genuinely heard, when someone is treated with your natural courtesy and feels respected, that person remembers you positively. And in the business world, being remembered positively is half the battle in opening new opportunities. People want to work with those who make them feel good. They want to do business with those who treat them with respect and elegance. This magnetism is a form of personal marketing that happens naturally when you are being authentically yourself. You don't need to promote yourself loudly or aggressively. You don't need to engage in uncomfortable self-promotion. Your very presence, when you are aligned with your Venusian nature, already does the work of attracting the right people and opportunities to you. It's a silent but incredibly powerful force that constantly works in your favor when you allow it. Sixth test: social intelligence that identifies trends. The sixth proof that you were chosen for prosperity is revealed in your superior social intelligence, specifically in your ability to pick up on trends, understand collective movements, and anticipate what people will want even before they know it. This skill, when consciously applied, transforms you into someone capable of always being ahead, always positioned where opportunities are about to arise, always one step ahead of the curve. Libra is an air sign, the element of communication, ideas, and social connections. You naturally live in tune with the collective, noticing subtle changes in people's moods, picking up on emerging movements, and sensing where social energy is heading. While other signs may be more focused on their inner worlds or immediate material realities, you have your antennas constantly tuned to what is happening around you, especially in the field of human relationships and interactions. This attunement to the collective gives you a tremendous advantage in the business world. Think of how many fortunes have been made by people who identified an emerging trend early enough to position themselves before it became mainstream. Think of how many opportunities are lost by those who only perceive the movement after it has already passed. Your ability to sense these changes in the air, to perceive these shifts in what people value, desire, and want, this is an extremely valuable form of business foresight. But there's more. Your social intelligence not only identifies trends, it deeply understands people. You can read between the lines of what people say, perceive what they truly want beyond what they're verbalizing, and grasp unmet needs that represent market opportunities. While others conduct expensive research to try and understand their audience, you can gain powerful insights simply by genuinely observing and interacting with the people around you. Let's be practical here. Imagine you consciously applying this social intelligence to any business or career. You would be able to anticipate changes in your market before your competitors. You could identify emerging customer needs before they become obvious. You would be able to adapt your offering, your positioning, your communication before market transformation forced you to react desperately. You would always be riding the wave instead of being swallowed by it. But here's where many Librans fail to use this evidence of their prosperous destiny. You sense the trends, you perceive the movements, but then hesitate to act because you're not absolutely sure, because you want to analyze more, because you fear making mistakes. Your characteristic indecisiveness can cause you to miss the perfect timing, even after correctly identifying the opportunity. You need to learn to trust your social perceptions more and act more quickly when they point in a clear direction. Another common pitfall is using this social intelligence merely to please people, to adapt to what they want from you, instead of using this knowledge strategically to create value and generate prosperity. You don't need to stop being kind or considerate to use your understanding of people intelligently in business. In fact, you can be extremely successful precisely because you understand people better than most and use that understanding to serve their real needs. Think about how successful brands operate. They deeply understand their audience, anticipate what they will want, create offers that resonate emotionally, and communicate in ways that make people feel understood. You naturally possess these same capabilities that companies pay fortunes to consultants and agencies to develop. You already have the software installed. You just need to start using it consciously for the purpose of manifesting prosperity. Venus connects you deeply with people, with what they value, with what moves them, with what attracts them. You understand beauty not only as visual aesthetics, but as that which touches people emotionally, that creates connection, that generates desire. When you apply this understanding to the business world, you become capable of creating irresistible offers, of communicating in ways that sell naturally, of positioning products and services in ways that make people feel they need them. This sixth test of your destiny for wealth is about recognizing that you possess a type of intelligence that is extremely valued but relatively rare. True social intelligence, the ability to accurately read people and social situations, the skill to anticipate collective movements. These are competencies that define leaders, successful entrepreneurs, and highly sought-after professionals. And you were born with these abilities operating naturally within you. Your job now is to honor them, consciously develop them, and strategically apply them to building your prosperity. Seventh test, the ability to create profitable partnerships. The seventh irrefutable proof that you were cosmically chosen for a life of wealth lies in your natural ability to form productive and mutually beneficial partnerships. While many signs tend to operate better alone or have difficulty sharing power and decisions, Libra shines precisely in the context of collaborations, partnerships, and strategic alliances. And in the modern business world, this ability to work well with others is absolutely critical to achieving higher levels of prosperity. Look, there's a limit to what anyone can build alone. No matter how talented, hardworking, or intelligent you are, alone you only have 24 hours a day, a limited skill set, and a finite amount of resources. But when you join forces with others in well-structured partnerships, where each contributes their unique strengths, resources multiply, possibilities expand exponentially, and the potential for wealth creation explodes. Libra instinctively understands the cosmic mathematics of partnerships. You don't see collaboration as dividing a fixed pie where your slice decreases when someone else earns more. You understand that true partnerships increase the size of the whole pie, creating more for everyone involved. This abundance mindset regarding working with others already puts you ahead of people who operate with a competitive scarcity mindset, always fearful that sharing means losing. But it's not just about mindset. You possess practical skills that make partnerships work where they would fail with others. Your ability to mediate conflicts means that disagreements don't destroy the partnership. Your sense of justice ensures that agreements are structured in a balanced way from the start, avoiding future resentment. Your ability to see multiple perspectives allows you to understand and value each partner's contributions. Your diplomacy maintains a collaborative environment, even when challenges arise. Think about the world's largest companies and fortunes. How many were built through successful partnerships? Founders who complemented each other, partners who trusted one another, strategic alliances that expanded markets. You rarely see an empire built by someone completely alone. And when you look at partnerships that have worked well in the long term, you will find in them the same qualities that Libra naturally brings to any collaboration: balance, fairness, communication, and mutual respect. Now, where is the trap for Librans in this area? It's entering into partnerships for the wrong reasons. You might join someone because you want to avoid conflict, because you're afraid to say no, because you want to please them, because you feel sorry for them, or because you feel lonely. Partnerships formed on these grounds generally don't thrive, and can even drain your energy and resources. You need to apply your sense of justice and balance when choosing who to associate with, carefully evaluating whether the partnership makes strategic sense, whether there is real complementarity, and whether values are aligned. Another issue that may arise is the difficulty in making definitive choices about partnership structures. You could spend endlessly debating what the fairest profit sharing is, how to perfectly distribute responsibilities, and which partnership model is absolutely balanced. But the truth is that no structure will be perfect. There will always be some imbalance in some aspect. What matters is that there is goodwill from all parties to adjust as needed and a genuine commitment to mutual success. When you overcome these pitfalls and learn to form conscious strategic partnerships based on genuine complementarity, alignment of values, and clear objectives, your ability to manifest wealth multiplies exponentially. You cease to be limited to your own resources and gain the ability to access and combine resources from carefully chosen partners. You are no longer building alone. You are orchestrating collaborative constructions where the whole is much greater than the sum of its parts. Venus governs not only romantic love, but all types of relationships and partnerships. You were cosmically programmed to thrive through connections, to multiply through collaborations, to reach further when united with others who complement your abilities. This is not weakness. It is precisely where your maximum power to manifest prosperity lies. When you honor this truth and act accordingly, consciously forming the right partnerships and structuring them with your natural wisdom of balance, you activate this seventh proof that you were chosen for wealth. Eighth test. The refinement that attracts circles of influence. The eighth proof of your cosmic choice for prosperity manifests in the natural refinement that allows you to move and be accepted in circles of influence where business happens, where opportunities circulate, where valuable connections are formed. There is an innate sophistication in Libra that opens doors to environments and groups that remain closed to others, and this has a direct and significant impact on your ability to manifest wealth. Let's be honest about how the world works. Many important opportunities aren't publicly announced. They circulate in private networks, are shared among trusted people, and are discussed in specific environments where not everyone has access. It's not necessarily fair, but it's the reality. And the more you can be present in these spaces, the more you are accepted in these circles, the more opportunities come to you in ways that seem lucky but are actually a direct result of your presence in the right places. Your natural refinement is not affectation or snobbery. It is a genuine appreciation for quality, beauty, excellence, and elegance. You value good conversations, pleasant environments, well-curated experiences, and substantial relationships. This orientation naturally leads you to spaces and events where successful people are also present, because they are people who equally value quality and refinement. Without forcing it, without pretending, simply following your natural inclinations, you end up circulating where opportunities are most abundant. But there's a crucial additional component. Your refinement isn't just about personal taste. It's also about how you interact with people. You have a natural education, genuine courtesy, and an ability to make people feel at ease regardless of their background or social standing. This means you can converse with executives as well as employees, artists as well as entrepreneurs, young people as well as older people, always maintaining a respectful and interested demeanor. This social versatility, combined with your refinement, makes you what we call a natural connector. You can move in different circles, connect people from different worlds, and facilitate encounters that generate value for everyone involved. And when you are known as someone who makes these connections elegantly and generously, people naturally think of you when opportunities arise, want to include you in interesting projects, and want to have you in their networks. Now, it's important to understand that refinement doesn't mean becoming artificial or abandoning your origins. True refinement is about developing sensitivity to context, the ability to communicate effectively in different environments, and an appreciation for excellence without arrogance. It's about being yourself at your best, not about creating a false persona. And Libra, fortunately, possesses the natural good sense to understand this difference and navigate refinement without falling into empty affectation. Where some Librans stumble is when they begin to judge people or environments that don't meet certain standards of refinement, creating a barrier that isolates them. Or when they use refinement as an excuse to procrastinate, eternally preparing to be impeccable but never actually acting. Or even when they become so focused on maintaining appearances that they neglect substance. Refinement is a tool to open doors, not an end in itself or a reason to shut oneself off in a bubble. When you use your natural refinement consciously and strategically, when you allow it to guide you to the right environments while maintaining your authenticity and humility, when you leverage the access it provides to create value and not just to consume luxury, you fully activate this eighth test of your destiny for prosperity. You become someone who is naturally where things happen, who knows who needs to know, who is remembered when opportunities arise. Venus has blessed you with a natural appreciation for what is beautiful, harmonious, and refined. This is not frivolity or superficiality. It is an energetic frequency that aligns you with circles where prosperity flows more freely. When you honor this inclination without guilt, when you invest in presenting yourself well and frequenting quality spaces not out of vanity, but as a conscious positioning strategy, you are using one of your most powerful cosmic tools for manifesting wealth. Ninth proof: the long-term vision for balanced investments. The ninth and final proof that you were chosen for a life of wealth lies in your natural ability to think long-term and make balanced choices regarding resources, especially investments and important financial decisions. While other signs may be impulsive or overly cautious, too risky or paralyzingly conservative, Libra possesses the rare ability to find the balance point where investments are intelligent but not reckless, bold but not irresponsible. Think about how true wealth is built. It's not through desperate gambles that pay off once and destroy you the other 99 times. It's not through neurotic hoarding that turns money into an end in itself instead of a tool for living well. Sustainable wealth comes from consistently sound decisions over time, from balanced investments that grow steadily, from a vision that values both the present and the future without sacrificing one for the other. Your natural sense of balance protects you from extreme mistakes that financially ruin many people. You will rarely bet everything on a single risky venture, because your nature calls for diversification and balance. You will also rarely keep everything without investing anything because you understand that idle resources don't grow, and that you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You instinctively seek that middle ground where you are building the future without completely sacrificing the present. But let's go beyond the basics. Your balanced long-term vision allows you to see investments not only in financial terms but in terms of overall quality of life. You understand that investing in education, health, relationships, and meaningful experiences are all forms of investment that pay dividends over a lifetime. You're not the type to completely sacrifice present happiness for a future retirement, nor the type to live only for the moment without thinking about tomorrow. You seek that balance where life is good now and continues to improve over time. This long-term wisdom combined with a sense of balance makes you a naturally intelligent investor when you consciously apply these gifts. You can assess opportunities without being swayed by temporary fads or missing real opportunities due to excessive caution. You can maintain investments even when the market is volatile because you understand that cycles are part of the game. You can make adjustments to your strategy when necessary without panic or excessive rigidity. Now, where does the challenge lie for Libra in this area? It's that their search for balance can sometimes paralyze them when making investment decisions. They might spend ages weighing pros and cons, searching for the perfect option with zero risk and maximum return, wanting absolute guarantees before acting. But investments always involve some level of uncertainty, and while you're searching for the perfectly balanced decision, real opportunities might pass you by. You need to understand that balance doesn't mean the absence of risk. It means risk is managed intelligently. It doesn't mean you'll never have losses. It means your losses are within what you can absorb without compromising your stability. It doesn't mean every individual decision will be perfectly balanced. It means your overall portfolio and your choices over time demonstrate balance and wisdom. When you release the need for perfection in every individual decision and trust in your natural ability to maintain balance in the big picture, when you act based on sound analysis without demanding impossible absolute certainty, when you allow your long-term vision to guide choices that may seem imperfect in the short term, you finally fully activate this ninth proof of your destiny for prosperity. Venus taught you that true pleasure doesn't come from extremes but from balance, that beauty lies in harmony, that a good life is one where you don't sacrifice everything in one area for another. Apply this wisdom to your finances and investments. Build wealth in a balanced way, where you are growing your assets but also enjoying life, where you are investing in the future but not neglecting the present, where you are being prudent but not letting fear prevent real opportunities. This ninth proof completes the circle of cosmic evidence that you were chosen for prosperity, not just for momentary wealth or wealth gained through extreme sacrifices, but for sustainable, balanced abundance that grows consistently over time while allowing you to live well at each stage of the journey. This is the kind of wealth Libra was programmed to manifest, and when you align your actions with this cosmic truth, there is no limit to what you can build. We have reached the end of this powerful revelation about the 9 irrefutable proofs that you, a Libra native, were cosmically chosen for a life of wealth and prosperity. To quickly recap, we have seen how your natural gift for creating valuable connections, your aesthetic sense that turns to gold, your ability to mediate and negotiate masterfully, your perfect balance between giving and receiving, your personal magnetism that attracts opportunities, your social intelligence that identifies trends, your ability to create lucrative partnerships, your refinement that opens doors in circles of influence, and your balanced long-term vision for investments. All these are indelible marks of your destiny for material abundance. But understand something fundamental now that we've arrived here. Knowing these signs isn't enough. Recognizing these cosmic marks is only the first step. True power comes when you consciously decide to activate each of these abilities, when you stop treating them as random personality traits and begin to see them as the tools for manifesting prosperity that they truly are. The universe has given you all these advantages, but it's up to you to use them intentionally to build the abundant life that is already yours by astrological right. Don't let Libra's characteristic indecisiveness paralyze you now that you have this knowledge. Don't spend eternity weighing and analyzing without ever acting. Don't seek absolute perfection before you begin to apply these truths. Start where you are, with what you have, using one piece of evidence at a time if necessary. The important thing is that you begin now to operate consciously in alignment with your thriving nature instead of against it or ignoring it. Now I challenge you. Look at your current financial life honestly. How many of these 9 tests are you consciously using to manifest prosperity? How many are you leaving dormant, wasted, underutilized? Where are you sabotaging your own abundance by not honoring your Libra nature? Where are you trying to force strategies that work for other signs but go against your essence? Take this honest inventory and then start making the necessary adjustments. If this video touched you, if these revelations made sense, if you felt that inner click of recognizing the truth, then you have an obligation to yourself to act. Don't let this message be just another interesting piece of content that you consumed and forgot. Make it a turning point, a moment when you consciously decided to embrace your cosmic destiny to prosperity and begin to live accordingly. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do it now. Activate the bell so you don't miss any content that can continue transforming your relationship with abundance. Comment below which of these 9 proofs resonated most with you, which one you are already using well, and which one you need to start activating more consciously. Let's create a community of prosperous Librans who support each other on this journey of manifesting wealth. And if you feel that these messages are making a real difference in your life, consider supporting the channel by becoming a subscriber. Your contribution allows this work to continue reaching and transforming more lives. Always remember, you weren't created to eternally struggle with money. You weren't born to live in scarcity or constant financial hardship. The stars marked you for prosperity. Venus blessed you with powerful tools for manifesting wealth. The universe conspired in your favor from the moment of your birth. Now it's your turn to honor that cosmic choice, to embrace your prosperous nature, and begin living the life of abundance that was always your destiny. You were chosen for wealth, Libra. It's time to accept that truth and live accordingly.